So now the final speaker of the day will be Thibault. Thibault works in one of the groups you have heard about from Professor Šibec yesterday as the sort of highlights of the Czech AI scene with Professor Josef Urban on proof assistants. So proof assistants are really the core of the or the holy grail of the computer science, undecidable and yet very desirable, and Thibault will tell us all about them. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. So, my talk will be focused a bit more on the mathematical side of verification. And proof assistants are actually the software that does the verification. So, the talk is divided in 3 parts. The first part is we will answer the question, what is a proof assistant? And then we will show what they are useful for. And then we will show how we are improving proof assistance. So first, what is a proof assistance? We have to ask, what is a proof? So at the beginning of the 20th century, there was this crisis in mathematics. The mathematicians were exactly asking this question. What is a proof? So some people wrote a book and they're trying to define what is a proof. And this book is called Principia Mathematica, and it was authored by Whitehead and Russell, famous logicians at the beginning of this century. And what is inside this book is set theory. So set theory is one of the foundations of mathematics, and it contains axioms, so some formulas that we are assuming to be true, and it contains rules. The rules are used to, from the axioms, you can derive new theorems from these rules. So there are the first axiom, for example, could be the Peri-Axioms. So it says that if you have 2 sets, you can construct a set that contains exactly these 2 sets. There is also an infinity axiom that says there exists a set that is infinite, and so on. And you have like a finite list of these axioms, and you have a finite list of rules. For example, you have modus ponens. Like if you have A and A implies B, you can deduce B. A and B can be any formula. And you have also, you can instantiate. So if you have a for all x, p of x, you can replace x by any term t. So now we can construct a proof. We have our axioms, like 3 axioms at the top, and we have a conjecture we want to prove, and we can combine the rules with the axiom to produce lemmas, and we can then maybe produce a conjecture, and once we have derived the conjecture, we have a proof of that conjecture. So that's exactly what it means to be a proof. And contrary to any textbooks or mathematical textbooks, there is no unweaving here. Everything is programmatically defined. There is nothing left. No details missing. So, in summary, what is a proof assistant? So, a proof assistant is a software that defines a foundation. So here we have seen set theory, but you can also start with other type of foundation, such as type theory. It verifies proofs, and it helps write formal proof faster, and that's what we are going to see later. So now, what is it useful for? So the first example I want to show you is the 4-color theorems. So you have a map, and someone tries to color the map, and he realizes that you can always do it with at most 4 colors. So the map has this property that no 2 countries should have, that border each other should have the same color. And that's surprising that you need only 4 colors maximum. And this was proved by Appel and Aiken in 1976. But there was a big part of the proof that involved checking many cases by a program. and we could not, the mathematicians are very skeptical when there's a proof generated by a program. So we had to use proof assistance. So Georges Gontier used proof assistance to verify that the programs are actually correct. And so that's for a useful case in mathematics, so that there's no doubt left in the proof of the theorem. In software, I give another example. One can verify, implement a verified C compiler and verify that this corresponds to the specification. And this involves translating the manual, the C manual, into some formal statements, so that's a hard job. And it also involves verifying that it actually respects the code that is translated or compiled, actually verifies the specification. And informally, this means that the compiler is guaranteed to behave as expected. So the last part of my talk is about how are we improving proof assistance. And I will mention 3 challenges. The first challenge is auto-formalization. So we would like to have the proof assistance be stronger. So we would like it to be able to read from, for example, the archive or from the specification and automatically translate the English text into formulas, basically. And there are many issues with this process that we are trying to solve. The first one is you have ambiguous formula. So if you see this first formula, cos x squared x plus sine x squared x equal 1, famous identity, how is it ambiguous? Well, if you have a machine, I might think that you are applying cosinus twice, because that's the notation for repeated application of cosinus. So you would want to have the exception in this case that it is a notation. Or you could think, what is x? X, is it a complex number or a real number? So I have many choices here. So all these choices have to be inferred automatically and have to be correct with respect to the context in which the proof was made. There could be errors in the proof, and there could be gaps in the proofs, and that's where the second challenge comes in, that we would like to, for the gap in the proofs, we would like to be able to complete these gaps automatically. And if there are errors, we would like to fix them. Maybe they are fixable. And so the second challenge, we are going back to this pictures of derivation, and we are trying to derive the conjecture automatically. This is called automated deduction, and we have many choices in which we are combining the axioms. And usually, we can think of this problem as a path-finding algorithm. So we are trying to find a path from the axioms to the conjecture, and the graph is made by the rules. And we can apply all kinds of search algorithms like A* or MCTS, and we can guide this search by machine learning algorithm. So the last challenge is automated conjecturing. So I just give one example here. I want to prove that if there is a function f, such as f is continuous but not derivable. What I will do is I will conjecture that a particular function is continuous and derivable, and this is, for example, the absolute value of x. So how did I get to this conjecture? Well, I know it from experience. I might have drawn pictures. All this kind of reasoning, which is not deductive reasoning, but kind of inductive reasoning, is not covered by the previous approach. So we would like to also have this previous approach. So I just show an example here for software that I've developed. It's a self-learning software that given a sequence, returns a program that generates that sequence. So if you give it a sequence of prime numbers, this is a Python program it generates. And this was all done by self-learning without any human knowledge to start with. And it's a nice example of something that is kind of explainable. It starts with machine learning. Behind this, there's a lot of machine learning. The machine learning is selecting the next token in the writing the proof, not the proof, well, could think of it as a proof, the program. And in the end, you get a program that you can interpret and is also explainable. And I can tell you what this program is. It's actually computing the Fermat primality test. So it's, there's some, to compute the prime, it does some approximation, and it's only correct up to until 341. So you would like to, if you would prove now that this program is correct, then you would see that it's wrong, and you would find another program. But it's almost correct. So in the end, I would like to conclude by saying that proof assistants verify proofs beyond the shadow of a doubt. So we are really sure about the proofs we get. So the only thing we need to verify is the proof assistants themselves. And why we are sure about why the proof assistants are correct is because they have a very small kernel, so a very few lines of code, and we can verify manually that they are correct. In the end, we are improving them so that they can read the archive by disambiguating formulas, and they can prove more and more theorems by using a combination of deduction-based and induction-based reasoning techniques. Thank you.
Well, thank you. It's very interesting. But is it science fiction to think that you will have a program verifying the validity of an article, or can we really hope for that?
A validity of
an article. So
an article,
you just said that you are able to say if an archive article is correct or not. So as an editor, I'm interested by your discovery.
Yeah, this is just the beginning, and we are trying to, for example, maybe like we would like to start this project with doing it for example, Principia Mathematica, which is already very close to a formal language. So if you take any article in the archive, it's probably impossible at the moment because there's so many assumptions. And
yeah, I understand. But what is your reason, to your opinion, of this?
I think it's could be helpful, for example, for the conjecturing challenge. So we could take this formalization idea and just, for example, at the moment, just take some formulas, and they could be plugged in as conjectures in the. So there could be an interrelation between these three different parts. So I think it's already possible to read some part of the archive and use this to improve the power of your deductive system by just picking up formulas. That could be interesting.
Right, so the fundamental challenges are really in the sort of undecidability of the proof assistant itself, right? The machine learning to get you from the archive PDF to the sort of a formal write-up in which would be the input to the proof assistant is in some ways like easy, and there are no like theoretical sort of barriers to that. But then sort of for the proof assistant, you have lots of sort of impossibility results in theoretical computer science. So sort of you would know that you will never have a perfect system for that. But you can download packages which are surprisingly powerful, right? Very powerful packages which you make it possible, if not easy, to prove sort of non-trivial things or verify non-trivial proofs. Any further questions? I have checked the Slido a minute ago, and I think that we had no questions from the online participants. So if there are no further questions from the room, I would like to thank all the speakers again, and also the audience for the participation. Thanks so much.